3 weeks before the opening night, we were asked to make a buzz about a new movie. To engage the audience, we carried out an alternate reality game including both online and offline tasks, led in all big Russian cities. Internet users got involved in a dynamic detective story related with the movie plot. In 14 days, they had to find an answer to the question, who killed the woman in a secret archive and why? A player comes into the game through a video in which he witnesses a woman and her friend penetrating into a secret archive. Sensing danger, the heroine starts calling. At this moment, the user's cell phone rings. Answering, he hears the woman's voice and learns the beginning of the story when suddenly a shot rings out. After the video, the user gets to a website made by a woman's friend who was in the archive and filmed the incident. He calls for help because the information they were looking for was related to security services, so he will never manage to overcome them alone. The player comes into a correspondence with the author and starts receiving mails with some tasks and new data concerning the story. In the first mail, the user gets a phone number for the archive where the murder occurred. Calling there, he cuts in on somebody's conversation and learns some new details. After that, the player should crack the email of the person who took the characters of the story to the secret archive. Doing that, he finds some letters which shed light upon the story. The main document can be read only in augmented reality. The user moves forward and learns that the author was chased. By chance, the pursuit was recorded. The player needs to look for the starting video on YouTube and go through an interactive quest. Using hidden links, he should find the correct path and get rid of the pursuers. To prove that the story is real, the car which was shot in the video indeed stays in the center of Moscow. After the chase, the hero understands that he is in big danger and decides to disclose everything he knows. With the help of his journalist friends, he publishes all the secret data in one of popular magazines. All the information is put out as a QR code. The player's task is to find and decipher it. From the next message, the user learns that the website through which he talks to the author has been hacked. The new address can be found only from the stereogram in the subway, stylized like a billboard. Focusing in the view in a special way, the player sees invisible letters which make the address of a new website. For reasons of secrecy, it's disguised under the Vinyl Toys eShop. The inner page used for correspondence appears only after pressing a secret combination of keys. The climax of the game occurs on the day of the movie opening night. The player learns that the website author is actually an assistant to the murderers of the woman. She has become embroiled in the war of intelligences between two countries, and the game itself is nothing but a large-scale speculation. To see all the details of this complex story, the player should find the code drawn by invisible ultraviolet ink on the movie posters in all cinemas around the country. The story excited users so much that the most advanced of them even tried to hack the game websites to get the new information earlier. In total, they made more than a dozen of attacks. And when they understood that they come to an end of the game, they made a flash mob and blogs to push the organizers to continue the story. Actually, they succeeded and got a bonus task, which was the most difficult one. The game provoked an intense discussion in blogs and social networks. An independent community which developed our story was found. All in all, there were more than 385,000 participants, 9,000 of whom were really active in all stages of the game. The total number of people getting in touch with the movie and game during the 14 days of campaign equals at more than 900,000 persons.